Hey everybody, got a video I want to do here. I just received this knife in the mail. Mailman just pulled off a little while ago. I was real excited to get it, been kind of counting down the days. And then I forgot all about it today, so when I saw him walking up to the house I was pretty excited. I ended up getting myself another Schrade Extreme Survival. And this is by far one of the best knives you can buy for the money. I know that's saying a lot with so many good quality knives out there lately. My buddy bought a nice Kershaw for 17 bucks that the design and the fit and finish were what I used to pay 130 bucks for just a few years ago. I mean, just really nice stuff for the money these days. We're very fortunate. But this, for fixed blades, kind of takes a cake right now for the on-the-cheap budget knife. I, of course, have the large Schrade, and if you guys watch the channel at all, this is a knife I've been beating on for a little bit. It, of course, is both of these, and the whole Extreme Survival one-piece lineup with the hollow handles are clones or copies of the Chris Reeve Knives series of one-piece knives. This one was the Project 1, I believe, that this is a clone of. I took this down into the woods in West Virginia on vacation with my buddy, and beat the junk out of it, just throwing it into trees, into stumps, smashing the ground, chopping stuff up with it, and it held up amazingly well, amazingly well. One thing I didn't like about it was the tall guard, get in the way for certain grips. It's not comfortable. And serrations, I'm not a fan of serrations. Even if they are easily stone sharpened, they just make a weakness in the blade, and I'm not a fan of it. Awesome knife, I couldn't be happier. 49 bucks and some change delivered to the door back in the day. About 2 years ago. Can't go wrong. Back then, the list said this was $10.95. I think even Schrade, I watched a video from Schrade, said it's $10.95. A lot of people said it's 10.70 cents. I don't know which mine is, and I don't care. When I heard that they came out with a smaller version, I wanted it. So, I bought it. This, though, was 60 bucks to the door 2 years later. It has a nice button closure that is tight and holds the knife very well in the sheath. Not like the sloppy fit of the large model. It has the same belt over Velcro, so you don't have to take your belt off to get this on, which I like. The large has. The large has loops and some other setups in the back, but they are different. They're just loops. This can be weaved through some moly if you so desired, and there is a button stop on it, or a closure. These two Velcro tabs come around into a pouch that is also attached with Velcro, and it has a Velcro and side lock release flap on it as well. The other one just has Velcro and it is not removable. This one also has elastic to hold the pouch tighter. It's a pretty nice setup. I don't normally carry any kind of kit on a knife like this, so that'll probably come off, but it'd make a great knife sheath for something else that didn't come with one. The fit of the knife in the sheath, no rattle or shake on this one, is far superior to the large one I received. You'll notice some marks already on the blade, because as soon as I got it, the finish on these is not impressive. It's just like a Teflon. I promptly started to chop up a box with it and realized that this one did not come near as sharp as the large one did. The large one is still sharp after beating on the thing. So I got my $4 ceramic rod from the Gun and Knife Show years ago. Caressed that blade a little bit, and the straight cuts were from when I got it. Pretty decent. But the S cuts were after just a couple passes on the ceramic rod. So I'm impressed with how it cuts for being a fatter knife, thick grind. I'll go across the corner here and see if it even bites, but just so you guys get an idea. And I don't know how many layers there. Once I get free, I'm just wasting time, but the thing is impressive. I won't do the other side, even though I want to, because that has my address on it. Back to the knife. I bought this one intending to modify it. So many, sorry about that, so many Chris Reeve one-piece knife designs that I like are out there to be had, but the price has gone up. I sold the ones I had. I've always preferred the ones without the top guard on them, but never bought one. And they're in a spot now that they're basically a collectible item more than just a using item. I don't want to spend $350 to $450 on an outdoor one-piece knife that I'm going to beat the snot out of and have to hold back or worry about it. That's why I spent $60 on this one and $50 on the large back when they were first discontinued, so I could do that. Is it as good as a Chris Reeve? No, but yes. The steel isn't the same quality, but there's nothing wrong with a high carbon steel. These are both outstanding blades. This one has proven it to me. Is A2 better, or 1070 or 1095? Everybody has their own choice in heat treat and what you're going to use the knife for. Does it need to be springy or does it need to be harder? It's all up in the air, and it depends who you are and what you need out of a knife. But as much as I love the large one, it's just too much knife to carry around for most things. That's why I went with this one. Now I'll give you guys a reference. This is my K-bar. My dad gave that to me. He brought it home from Vietnam. And you'll see that the size comparison on the K-bar is pretty close to the larger model, and that the smaller one is more along the lines of your Air Force survival knife in size. No serrations. So when I bought this one intending to mod it, the thing that got me was the shorter blade I was after. Still plenty of blade. I think it's 5.5 inches. Should handle most of your camp chores. The handle is thinner, which I like the beefiness of this handle, but I wear a men's extra large glove and I'm more slender hands than fat, but this is still plenty of handle. And what I hated about this one, I don't know if I mentioned already, is that the guard is too high. It gets in the way. And when this one was released, I noticed there's no serrations on it. I watched it for a while online, and I bought it with the intention of modifying it. I plan on chopping this upper guard off with a Dremel, if it'll cut easily, and possibly making some grooves in here, giving it to my buddy to take to work to have it bead blasted, so that, or sand blasted, so that I can get all this Teflon off, and then buying one of those cans of ready Duracoat and just Duracoating it up and see how it holds up. If I can do that with Cerakote, I don't know if it's sold that way yet, I'll do it with Cerakote because I prefer it. But I plan on just making this knife what I want, and for $60, I mean, come on, can't go wrong. It's a pretty thick piece of stock. It's a nice edge. It is hollow ground from the feel of it. It is definitely hollow ground. The overall form is the Chris Reeve spear point, which is one of the most attractive spear points I can remember seeing on a knife. I love it. The handle is comfortable in a side grip. And this one, the guard is not as tall as I thought it would be. That was also greatly reduced in comparison to the large. So you can kind of push on this one and be somewhat comfortable, but most importantly, you can get over the guard without it jabbing in your thumb and put pressure on a cut when you're just doing other work or trying to use this much of the edge, shaving something or working on woodwork or whatever you're going to do with the knife. This one's short enough that although I never use a knife this big for field dressing, it is comfortable enough that you can get up and use the amount of blade you actually need to do the work. It's not so heavy and out of balance. This one, of course, is a hollow handle, and it comes with a toolkit, just like the large. This toolkit is reduced in bits and other things. The large has a hole in the side where you can put a handle in to get some leverage to turn. They're magnetic bits. And there you go, screwdriver. I have no need for that in the woods, and I'm sure the other set like this I have ended up in my toolbox, and so will that one. Oh, there's plenty of room in the handle to store whatever you like. small fishing kit piece of beef jerky so you don't go hungry very quickly. I don't know, whatever you like. It's your business. Threads are nice. O-ring's good. I'm sure it's watertight. Just a very attractive blade. And for the money, you can't go wrong. If I end up doing the mods, I will definitely post vids afterwards or during if I can record it during, because I just use my phone and see how it works out. But right now, I'm not too upset with this guard like I am with this one. Very nice for the money. Two knives you can't go wrong with if you don't mind carrying some weight around. That's that. I'll let you guys know how I do with it. Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks to all the new subs. If you guys watched 11 minutes of this, thank you very much. Everybody, take care.